All right, well, hello, everybody. We're back again.
Well,
Scotty and Andy.
Low. We got people, we got an audience, we got a live audience, and all of a sudden...
I know that are not interested this time.
Hello,
we got
everybody.
one watching the Avs game because we work for Altitude, and he may be getting screwed at home, not able to see the Avs
But
game.
we got a guy over there with a cool Nuggets hoodie on. I got my cool new
Well,
Nuggets
he's getting
hoodie on.
screwed too, luckily, but it's not his night because
He's playing
the
fantasy
Nuggets aren't
football.
on.
He's playing fantasy football.
Well, that's good. And then you're watching some
right
game.
now.
What
Not
game are
right
you
now.
watching?
This is Milwaukee Bucks and the New Orleans Pelicans are on. The Avs are on over there.
Right. I'm distracted by hockey.
Thank
You're
God
distracted
for
by
NBC.
basketball.
Hey, thank God for NBC, which, oh, by the way, isn't it owned by Comcast?
Right.
Oh, but never mind.
Yeah.
we don't mind you having
Yeah.
it on our national broadcast. We just don't want you locally.
Are we going to fight this? We're not going to fight this.
No, we don't need
We're
to
not
fight
here
it
for
now,
this.
but I mean, seriously.
I get it. You're
I
upset.
was just in Philadelphia. Did you see my little stand-up I did in Philadelphia?
I didn't.
I said the home of the Constitution, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Let Avs fans be happy.
I'm with
Watch
you.
Altitude.
I don't disagree with you.
They're just trying to give a little love.
Now, I got Altitude because I got DirecTV. Call DirecTV today. You're probably finished with, 4 or 5 weeks of the NFL Sunday Ticket. I'm sure they'll give it to you.
They'll give it to you free.
Just make sure you cancel it before next year and you get a $300 bill because that's what it is.
It has happened to you?
It's a car payment. Oh, yeah. I'm like, what is this? Why do I owe $300 off it?
But let me ask you this, seriously. If you're a fantasy football nut, and I don't even know it. We haven't talked forever about that.
I don't play it anymore.
So you know what? I quit for a while. I just got back in. I quit. The last year I played, about 6 years ago, I had 4 teams. And every Sunday I'm sitting there, I got a computer, I got my phone, I'm watching the TV games, and I'm like, dude, this is enough. I mean, I cashed that $375 winning check I had in one of my leagues, and I said, dude, that's enough. And then last year, but they're just simple leagues.
Come on, Chris. Chris is being shy.
Chris,
We're at Southside
last
Pizza
week we
again.
had Mark's.
I mean, every week. Yeah, you want to say hi, Chris?
Hey, when did we get?
Let's make you famous. He does not want to.
When did we get the big ice cube?
It's the fancy. Have you
This
seen
your
the
idea?
Death Star ones? Can we get the Death Star ones?
Okay. So
mean,
you're
Star
the real,
Wars comes
you're
out
the
a week
real
from
bourbon
Friday.
guy here at Southside Pizzeria.
Mark thought I was silly by doing the big rocks.
No, this is how you're supposed to really drink bourbon if you're drinking on the rocks. Yeah.
So there we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a big
You-
round one.
Yeah, you and I are closer than we realize. Don't you think? Yeah, we're closer. I mean, we kind of. I mean, we got to. We have simple minds. Is really what it. Did you really? That's why we come to. That's
He's
why we
just
come to
at a
Southside
screen too.
Pizzeria.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can stick your head in the microphone.
Yeah, say hi,
and look at-
Chris. Wave. There he is.
That's how we roll with
Your
this
adoring
podcast.
public is giving you a few thumbs up. Hey,
Hey, you guys are
need,
thumbs up.
You need a
Southside
lady in your
Pizzeria.
life? Maybe we'll just do eHarmony tonight on Facebook Live. How about that?
Hey, you can be like Mosier. We'll just do some bumper
You wanna
right now.
Hey, he's better looking than Mark Mosier.
Hey,
How
like
about
Chris.
that?
There you go. Go over the left, right.
All right, so look, getting back to the fantasy, yeah, I don't play it anymore. So Anna's here. Anna's got to stick her head in now and say hello. Yeah, there we go.
Guys, hey,
So-
hey, sir, would you like to come over and stick your head
Yeah,
in our
anyway,
camera?
just everyone say hello.
Yeah, okay.
Just come by, wave. It'll be like we're doing a live shot.
Yeah.
But seriously,
This is a live show.
Anna and Tanner were bragging to me about how good they were at fantasy football. So these are like 2 of my top students from the Colorado Media School. Tanner is like, hey, let me run your fantasy team. So I was like, all right, fine. I'm getting whooped. I'm getting crushed. Tanner lied.
Well, he probably took Antonio Brown. So I mean, let's
No,
be
he
honest.
took Tyreek Hill too. I just got done going off on Tyreek Hill on the radio, and then he's on my fantasy team.
Yeah, so now
And I was playing with some listeners. I was like, thanks a lot for
I'm
that.
not a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, do me a favor.
I don't
listen
run
to the
it.
show. And,
I don't run
you
it
know,
myself.
Maybe just do me a favor and don't. Oh, and we're already having our problems there. Do me a favor and don't draft people that just
roasted on the radio.
defamed on the radio.
Yeah, I got to ask you a question. Here we are. What is it? December 10th, 11th? What is today? 11th?
11th.
December 11th?
Yeah.
While we're taping this, by the magic of media, you could actually be watching this on the 12th, 13th. Son, by the way, my son
Sure.
watched last week. Hope you're watching again.
Hey, Andrew, you're a beautiful child.
You're beautiful.
Despite him.
Named after him.
You're beautiful. Yeah, after me, Andrew. Despite the fact I think you were 5 years old when I came into the picture. Still, it was me. You knew.
So was it
Scott
all.
just had a feeling that he goes, I'm going to know an important
someday.
Andrew.
Yeah, it was either a crystal ball or a bald guy's head I
Sure.
was rubbing one day.
Right.
And I said, Andrew. Got punched in the mouth, and that's on the name stuck. But I got to ask you a question, because here we are, December 11th. For all of us who have younger children, my daughter's over there too. It's, what is it, 14 sleeps.
Sure.
14. Did you do that with your kids?
I didn't do the
Everything's
sleeps.
measured
It
in
was just
sleeps.
days. Just happy to get it right. Don't you do the little calendar where they get a little candy or something?
Yeah, but that candy's always nasty.
Yeah,
Can I
advent
say
calendar.
something? What is that, advent calendar? God bless you. You know, great idea, and you get so excited. And about the third time you do an advent calendar, you realize that the candy and chocolate in there is nasty.
Look, as a parent, you figure out it stinks because they start giving it to you. Hey, here, Dad.
Here, Dad, have this piece of chocolate.
When have you turned down? No, now I know
But
why you
seriously,
turned down
there's no
chocolate.
expiration date on the advent calendar.
Oh, it's
so
last year's candy.
Yeah, I was going to say, they stick that back in the storeroom.
Oh, yeah,
they bring it
aren't
out.
looking at it. Are you kidding me?
And it might even be last year's. Seriously, you might want to look at the
That's what
copyright
I'm saying.
on the back
It
of
is literally the 2018 candy in your 2019
No, I
calendar.
think it's more like 2014.
It might have been back from 1980s. It's a Werther's original.
Well, that was good candy back then. Let me tell you what. They don't make candy now like they used to.
Do you have a candy shop? This is where we need Anna to pop in, or maybe, I don't know, but like there was the Nutman
50
Candy
cents went
Shop.
to the candy shop.
Yeah, well, hey. No, seriously, there was like Nutman Candy Store back when I'd walk home from school, we'd hit the candy store, and then we'd keep going.
Well, now you got the
literally sold candy.
Basically, the Candy Man on wheels now, right? The Mountain Man. Remember we used to work over at
Yeah.
Mountain Man's here, be
Sure.
people screaming, and you see these adults like 30, 40, 50 years old sprinting down, knocking each other over, trying to get to the Mountain Man. Hey, I'll take the roasted nuts with the garlic flavor. Okay, here you go. But that's the traveling candy show now.
See, what's funny is Scotty worked there. When was the last time you worked at iHeart? Because your last day there, oddly, was the last time that dude showed up.
Yeah, I never worked at iHeart.
Okay, yeah, he worked at Clear Channel.
Yeah, I was Clear Channel baby. Yeah.
It's all one big company.
Until they promised me a new contract and reneged, which is kind of funny. The Fan did the same thing. We'll tell this later on in our stories. We want to name the show Wandering Minds. Last week, in fact, maybe this is what we do. Last week we wanted to call it Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Bourbons.
But it was too long.
It's too long. How are we going to put that on a webpage? Okay,
I'm worried about a T-shirt.
What if we suck? Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be great on a T-shirt. How do you think Guy Ritchie made a movie, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels?
How do I think he made a movie? He's married to Madonna.
It was before he was married to Madonna. She chased after him. Just throw it out there. Have you not seen the movie?
No.
You've not seen that movie.
Are we going to do this? Are we already doing this episode
Yes, yeah,
too?
we're
How
gonna
many movies do you think I've seen that I haven't?
How many movies do you think I've seen that you haven't?
Yeah, no, that I've not seen a lot of movies.
I know. What is
Caddyshack,
wrong
haven't
with
seen it.
You haven't
probably
seen
heard that?
Caddyshack?
Dude, this has been a topic.
No,
so
I'm
Scotty's
not
like,
with
hey,
me,
man,
it's
I
not
listen
been
to
a
your
topic.
show a lot. Look, even
Yeah,
he's
even
offended.
the fans
I
are
get it.
saying-
You're all offended. It's fine. No, I haven't seen it.
Man,
I don't care about your
I
stuff.
got you.
Go for it.
Have you seen the movie Caddyshack? It's 1,000,000 years old. Yeah, she's seen it.
Well, good. I'm
How
glad
old
you've
are you?
all
Like
enjoyed
22,
it.
right?
Why do I need to see it?
She's 23. She's
Good
23.
enough.
She's seen it. You're like 64 and you haven't seen the movie. It's like one of the most iconic 80 movies of all time.
Keep going. Let's find out what else I can upset you with.
Well, what was the Breakfast Club? Have you seen the
Yeah, I've seen that so much I could quote it to you. That's a bad one.
Okay, that's about it. Star Wars.
Yeah.
All of them?
Yes. Who are you talking to? Not only have I seen it, I had the toys. The toys you hear about that could have got me through college, I had those.
What'd you do with them?
My mom was like, hey, this guy's got no toys. You're into G.I. Joe now. Give them to him.
Say it.
So
Say
he's
it.
rich.
Call her that name. I know you want to.
I'm not gonna.
Okay, that's good. Because she watches too.
No, my mom doesn't watch. She's not friends on this. This is the work page.
All right, so let me back to before you interrupted me and got into the movie business. I don't know how you always take it somewhere else. I don't
Look,
know.
I'm driving this thing, whether he realizes it or not.
know.
You guys, we
December-
may end up in the bad neighborhood. We may not. We'll see.
December 11th. I guess. Do you have your decorations up yet for Christmas?
So I have 3 trees up.
Inside?
Yeah, 2 fake ones, and then last week I decided my son is soft, and we're gonna go get a real tree. Now, if I was really tough, we'd have drove out to the woods and brought some home with a squirrel in it, but we didn't do that. Although I have done that in my life.
Well, I've
my
done it
dad
before.
bought a tree so big and refused to cut any off of it. Like the top is literally bent over the ceiling. And I got a picture. I'll bring it in. If you remind me, I'll bring it in. My dad is as proud of this tree as you could ever be, and it's the most ridiculous picture ever.
So you got like 8-foot ceilings
Yeah.
and you got a 9-foot tree?
10.
10
I mean,
tree?
it was like I could have hung an ornament off the bent down branch.
Right.
It wasn't bent a little bit. I mean, it was all the way over.
Right.
So
you
there's
bought
that.
Lights outside?
No, so that's what I got to do. I got to do the lights outside. I got to put the Christmas
Well,
town
now you're
up.
less than 2 weeks away. I mean,
I don't kinda want to now.
Is that even decorating?
Don't you get to the point? I'm to the. This is how I'm old because I love Christmas, but I'm like, I'm just going to take it down in 3 weeks. I don't want to do it now.
Why do you got to take it down 3 weeks?
Because Clark Griswold, the crap ain't staying up much longer than New Year's Day. When do you take yours down? I'm not old Denver where it's like, wait till the stock show. The hell no. That stuff's charging me. You know how much that bill is?
Just because it's on doesn't mean you have to turn it on.
Well, then what's it up there for?
Because you're waiting for warm days to go out there and you can take your time to take it
It's
down.
January. What warm day are you expecting to roll through?
Guess what? Stock show. Today was warm. Yeah. In fact, today you could
Well,
have
sir,
put
if
it
you
up.
want to come by and take it down, I'm more happy to put it up for you.
We'll tell you where he lives.
Come on by.
Come on by. Bring a present. Or a bottle of wine. Either way.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Bourbon.
Yeah.
I've got altitude. We'll watch the Nuggets as a thank you so that you took it down. See, they're running. His wife is like, please, go, let's go. Never again. What night are they here?
Yeah.
No, I don't. You don't seriously feel like putting stuff up now? You got to have a Christmas party, so you got your stuff up?
Dude, we had ours up a week before Thanksgiving.
See what? No, nothing goes up before Thanksgiving. What's wrong with you heathen?
Well, Julia, go ahead and say it, Andy. Say it again.
Why is the Christmas stuff up a week prior?
Of Thanksgiving.
Before Thanksgiving. Why? Celebrate.
More time to celebrate.
More time to get tired of that.
Well, when does it?
See again.
Yeah,
I
there
don't.
she
I mean,
goes.
again.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
No, so she's really from Denver and you're not?
No, hey, I'm born and raised.
Well, so is she. So why is she wrong and you aren't?
Where'd you grow up? What city?
Littleton.
Yeah, fancy. Fancy. We weren't fancy.
Where were you?
North Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, what?
Yeah.
Isn't that the Highlands now?
Yeah, it's the Highlands now. I'm still going to find out, hey, I'm New York lawyer
So
guy.
you-
Let me rename all your neighborhoods. Dude, no.
So you and Vic Lombardi are sticking with the
Yeah,
north
man,
side.
it's North freaking Denver, near Wheat Ridge, close to Arvada. I don't know where the hell the Highlands came from. What, expecting Scottish people in kilts come running out of the damn thing.
Yeah. You wait for
Braveheart's showing up nowhere.
Well, what was that with the Highlander? You wait for the Highlander.
Yeah,
He never
yeah,
dies. Come in
exactly.
there.
Whatever.
There's only one.
I really see. Here's what I hate. I've lived here my whole life. I can get you back ways anywhere you want to go. But when you start calling it Rhino and Lodo and Low-Hi and Hi-Fi and SoFi, I don't know where the hell any of those places are. Okay?
I don't either.
Well,
I know how
look,
to get from where I
Rhino is
live
5
to
points.
work.
Just call it what it is. Why do we got to rename it?
What's 5 points?
Rhino, the art
Oh,
district.
the
It's
Rhino's
the art
5
district, and now there's the meatpacking district. Yeah, well, you know what it is? It's overpriced housing is what it is now.
You were very kind on that one.
Yeah,
right
I thought about something else, but I'm just going to tell you. What I think is funny is people were trying to get out of my neighborhood growing up, and now everyone's like, hey, let's throw up this obnoxious duplex and we'll all move there for $1 million. It's not New York. We're Denver. Can we just be Denver?
Can we just be Denver?
Can we just be Denver?
What is just Denver to you?
Well, not the Highlands and $3,300 rents for apartments. That's for damn sure.
I'm just asking. I mean, you're. I mean,
It's Italian
native.
culture that's mixed with Hispanic culture. We've got we had tons of great Mexican and Italian joints down where they're tearing everything up and putting up these obnoxious duplexes that are 5 times the size of the architecture that's already there. Now, I'm not saying, maybe don't update a house, but seriously, you know what? I mean, you look at some house.
The house isn't 20
Yeah,
stories,
like one
right?
house is classic, and it's just a house, and the next one's like, hey, look at you. This is how much money I have. Hey, you got the old house. That's what I hate about it. It's obnoxious. You're flipping the bird.
Did you just give the bird?
I gave the
our
bird to
live
everybody
crew?
because that's when I drive through my own neighborhood. Those new constructions, it's like you're going, oh,
Now
look at you.
You're like,
hey,
oh.
that house looks drafty.
Dude, you just gave 8 birds away.
I know.
thought this was a
I'm
family
flipping
show.
everybody. It wasn't anymore, man. Andy's a little fired up. You know what? Quit again. Just build a normal size house. Can I just have a normal house?
Just
you
a
know,
house. Why can't you
it
have
looks
just a
like
house?
Jack's. You ever watch The Nightmare Before Christmas
Yeah,
with
yeah,
all
yeah.
their weird? Well, that's what North Denver looks like now because you got one gigantic duplex up here and one just a house. Someone's grandma lives there,
Right.
And you know what? She's
And
lost
guess what?
half her
And-
yard.
And when she passes, God rest her soul, what are the
The
kids
family
gonna
is
do?
going to sell it for $1 million.
There's gonna be another duplex
Yeah.
there.
There's probably some greedy bastards walking over and going, "Hey, Grandma, how you feeling? Huh? You got a tax deal due? You got a cough?"
Oh my my gosh. The 20-year-old's even laughing at you.
Yeah. Oh, she doesn't want to, though. It's all right. I said it. You didn't. It's all right if you laugh. I'm going to hell. You're not coming with me?
You can stay. You can stay.
Yeah.
Stay in a good place.
You're not. You're good. You can laugh. Just laugh at me. I'm just saying. You know? It's annoying. Denver was just used to be more mellow, and now it's like, Anna's here. They go downtown. Again, Anna and Ty and Tanner, some of my star students. Tanner bartends down at Lodo's or wherever he bartends. Go say hi to him, and it's like
wouldn't mind them sponsoring.
it's Amex Black Card.
Huh?
It's the Amex Black Card crowd where they want to go in there and they need to know, hey, what watch you wearing? Yeah, you can buy me a drink. Sure. Is that a Rolex? Okay.
You got this whole thing figured out.
It's kind of a shallow city right now. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not afraid to call a spade a spade.
Wow.
Am I wrong?
Well,
I don't think I am.
Andy, I came here in '91, and I've kind of always lived in the suburbs.
Yeah.
I've always been a suburb
Hey,
guy.
I don't know anybody who
I
invited
actually-
you either from Arkansas.
The only history I got is I actually at one time lived in unincorporated Arapahoe County.
Sure.
Yeah.
How do you incorporate something? What does that do? What does that mean?
You know what that means? That means everything inside this little thing, we get to keep its taxes.
That's what I thought.
Unincorporated, the tax rate was real low. All of a sudden, they said, "Hey, let's redistrict this thing, and we want this piece, we want this piece." And then everybody goes, "Well, I got this. I have Park Meadows Mall. All the tax revenue comes to our government." So they started the whole city. Centennial is based on that. That's basically most of all unincorporated Littleton or Arapahoe County.
What a racket.
What
a racket.
You know what? It is.
So honestly, how many Christmas decorations? You got a whole thing, don't you? You're Clark Griswold, aren't you?
What? We got.
You got a whole yard of stuff.
I got 5 Christmas trees.
5?
Well, one's a Charlie Brown.
6.
A legitimate.
She says 6.
Oh, 6. We have 6.
So you got a
Christmas
Charlie
trees.
Brown one.
I have 6 blow
You got
up.
the main one.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 blow ups outside. I have a blow up hanging from a little deck. I have an old plastic like 1960s thing hanging from the deck. I have 2 plastic like Frosty the Snowman things that used to be the 60s outdoors. Now they're retro.
Sure.
Inside. I got a big Santa that says welcome that you have to go around to even get into the house because he's welcome.
It's
Then
not
get out
really
of the way.
welcome. He's
How's it
blocking
welcome?
you.
You're blocking the way. As good as a door. Yeah. And then we got, stuff and
Rudolph.
yeah.
The non-traditional characters.
What's your one pet peeve of Christmas? I got a really bad pet peeve, I think.
One pet peeve?
I think I have one pet peeve.
When I was a kid, I loved Christmas. Now, I don't. I don't know, man.
You know why we don't like it as you get older?
Yeah, because
it ends so fast.
Because Santa's borrowing from you. That's what.
Santa's borrowing at 17.8%.
Santa's getting a loan, and now I realize where it's coming from, and that ain't so fun. No, I don't know, man. It's just like it starts too soon. I don't know.
And then it ends, and then it's just done.
It's just done.
But don't you
and-
think that's why people are starting Christmas celebrations so soon? It's because there's nothing like as soon as the presents are open, the kids are going, you might get a meal, and it's like
Then it's just
over.
done. Then we go
don't
watch an NBA game.
Yeah, we don't have to
you
be
got to
ni-
work.
yeah, we got 5 NBA games that day. We don't have to be nice to each other anymore. Hey, we got next year. Just wait a little bit. My pet peeve at Christmas, though, and I don't think I have OCD. I mean, there's certain things like I like have straight pencils on the desk and stuff like that. So, I got to touch the door 4 times before I go out of it. Other than the lock, 3 and 4. No, I don't do any of that stuff. I don't have OCD things, but I can't stand wrapping paper on the floor.
So once the gifts are open, you're irate.
I have a giant. I have 2 usually. 2 giant black plastic trash bags, or those leaf bags.
It goes
Sit
in there right away,
and
right?
You unwrap it, you put it in there. Because there's no. I hate coming back like at 5 o'clock at night. You're a little tired. You're full. You're ready to go to sleep, and the house looks like
A wreck.
Shea Stadium after the Rolling Stones played there.
Baker's Cleveland Brown
Yeah, look,
commercial.
I feel like
I got to
Baker-
quit
yeah.
entertaining.
Can I get Baker Mayfield in here to clean up the room a little bit?
No, man, it's I don't know. Look, it's not the same. But when you were younger, people used to come back to town. And you used to be able to like the 2 weeks. Like you used to get it off, and you'd get together with friends, and you'd see people. I got a buddy that moved back
starts
from
like right about now.
right. I got a buddy that moved back from Dallas. Lucas Policy's his name. Shout out to the policies.
Why are you throwing people's names out on?
Because he's proud to know me. He's one of the few. I got to take who I got. But no, he moved back from Dallas.
North side.
Yeah, well, yeah. He moved back from Dallas, and I swear I see him less now that he moved back here than when he was in Dallas. Because at least when the guy would come through town, you'd be like, "Well, I'm gonna make an effort to see you."
Yeah, see you for a couple of days.
And now I feel like
you see him like once a year anyway.
I feel like it just goes by, and the next thing you know, it's just winter
So
and it's
maybe
crap.
you want to dump him right here as a friend, right on live.
No,
on live Facebook?
it's not his fault. It's my fault too. Look, we're both going to try. We know we've both been faking it.
Do you want to give him a message right now?
I don't think he's on this Facebook page.
But he
He's
might be
probably
later.
not watching.
He might be later.
Casey heard.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he has
You don't
one.
want to give him a little message, though?
Look, you and I both been faking it, but now, we're going to try to get together at least 3 times a year.
All right, you and I make a living in sports. Been doing it for a long
Probably ought
time.
to talk some sports.
No, I was saying what we could do is we could have a segment on our podcast, each segment, 1 minute of sports.
1 minute of sports.
They could drag on a little longer, but 1 minute.
You want to start? I need you leaning into the camera, too. Engage the people.
No. I mean, what's the biggest story? Nuggets are struggling. Avs looking good. Drew Lock could be for real after 2 games. Now, I will ask you this. Was that win in Houston? I don't think Houston's that good, really. But is that their first signature win they've had in maybe 3 seasons?
See, I'm with you. So here's what I struggle with. Yes, I think it is a signature win, but
Which is a little sad, right?
it is. But well, no, I mean it's not sad because the kid played his second game and they scored 38 points. So I'll take it. Here's what kind of frustrated me. I was excited to watch him play in Houston, then got excited with what we were watching because I thought he was gonna. I thought Romeo Crennel, who was like 12-0 or 12-1 against rookie quarterbacks, was really going to throw some at him. And then Legwall comes back Monday and he said, "Well, they never went into zone." And I guess even the Houston players were begging Crennel, "Let's play some zone." But Crennel was hell-bent on double-teaming Cortland Sutton, thinking, "Well, we just take him away, we'll be all right." So he didn't get quite the test. When you talk about the Chargers and Dan Quinn, they play this cover 3, and they bring a safety up into the box so it can switch into zone, but it goes into man-to-man. Bottom line is 2 straight weeks he hasn't had confusing looks. So now we're finally going to get some confusing looks coming up this week.
From a defense, it's not great, although their backfield's not bad.
No, they're not. But look, you won one on the road. I'm not. Here's the thing, man. You and I come from the keep showing it to me because the kid's going to have a fallback game sooner or later.
By the way, he is from the Show Me State.
He is from the Show Me State. But I will tell you this: I'm as excited about Drew Lock as at least anybody we've drafted since Jay Cutler. And you remember Jay Cutler? You and I were still working together, I think, at the time. Jay had a rookie camp that made you look. You know, I love Jake Plummer, and I was wrong that I thought they should have benched him, and turns out they shouldn't.
They shouldn't have that year.
But when you saw what you saw out of Cutler in training camp, man, I couldn't wait to watch that guy play because he had the arm. He could throw the ball wherever he wanted to accurately.
Arm, no head, though.
Right. We found out that the heart and the leadership wasn't there. But Drew Lock, I'm as excited about Drew after this past weekend as now. Look, it could all fall apart this weekend. Spagnuolo's probably going to give him different looks in the secondary. He's going to see zone. We'll see.
I'll say this: I haven't been as excited for the start of a quarterback's career since Trevor Siemian.
And let's be honest about it, though. You and I, we weren't sure about Drew Lock. We weren't. Not. Yeah, well, I'll tip a cap.
I think he's
Drew
been
Lock.
good. No, do that again. That's how you tip a hat.
I will tip a cap to Drew Lock because from what I
the West just was
no,
it's a howdy, man.
that's like a sign. That's a sign to steal. I ain't wearing a cowboy hat. You do that if you got the 10-gallon hat on. Scott's just touching the brim for those on the podcast. This is a tip of the cap.
That's a lifting off the head 6
It's
inches.
a tip.
And show how bad your hair looks
tipping it.
wearing the hat all day.
Sure, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying that it's a. I wasn't worried about watching him play this year. I don't think you were either. So the fact that he's actually got me excited to see what's next, good for him.
It's good. And listen, you want some success. I also want to see, can he. And I think he has. He's had a pick in each game, and he seems to come back and doesn't let it linger, and that's always good. But I just want him to get through this year healthy. I want them to be able to go in the draft and say, okay, number one priority is not a quarterback.
Which I think we're there. Are we there?
Pretty
we're not
close.
there. How close? Okay.
I mean, let's be honest. In the next 3 games, he goes 3 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions. Are we there?
Well, Okay, I'll tell you why I think we're there, because I don't think this quarterback class is as good as we thought. Now with Tua hurt, I mean, look, Burrow's not going to be there. B, Burrow wasn't Burrow until he got all around the LSU talent. So what does that tell you? And frankly, I saw the kid Eason from Washington from the sidelines on CU. That kid's missing something. He got no leadership. I
agree with that.
And frankly, I'm not sure Herbert isn't. The one thing you can say about Drew Lock is guys seem to be pretty fired up to at least play with him. I haven't seen too much of that from Herbert and Eason.
What the kid in Oklahoma?
Oh, yeah. Jalen Hurts, here's the thing, is that, again, our buddy Jeff Legwold has told me John Elway, I don't have to tell you, you know Elway. You know Elway.
Little quarterback.
He wants a big dude. He wants at least 6'4" or above. And Hurts is 6 feet. So I don't think John's trying that.
Well, I'm just saying as far as people liking him. I mean, he's had a hell of a year, though.
No, I agree.
And I kind of hope it's he and LSU in the finals, to be honest with you. I hope it's
I'm
LSU
with you.
Oklahoma.
Look, I'm telling you this. If Tua is hanging around, if he decides to go in the draft and he's hanging around and it's the second or third round, I may take a flyer on Tua.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. In that situation, if he's around, you're picking, and it's the third round, and he's on the table, take him.
You need competition.
But you got to get a starter on the offensive line somewhere in the first 2 rounds.
Oh, and you need another. This team still needs another weapon. I don't know if it's a running back. I don't know if it's a second tight. I mean, what would be wrong? Fant looks like he's on the uptick. So what? Give me 2. Give me 2. What were the Patriots when they had 2 tight ends? Before one decided to murder half the people he knew.
Yeah, instead he became.
Good night.
Yeah, he became the Warriors. Right?
Yeah,
Warriors. You probably didn't see the movie.
I have.
Yeah. No, that was West Side Story.
No, what? I've seen the one. They're on subways. There's like musical gangs from every faction.
Ones look like
Warriors
the
and rockers and
Yankees.
What's that thing called? The Yankees.
The Warriors, called the Warriors.
Is that the name of the movie?
Warriors,
it's the Warriors.
And they had the guy with the bottles on his face. Warriors, come out to play.
Yeah.
Clink, clink, clink. Yeah. All right, I'm done.
All right. No, seriously. The Nuggets. What's going on with the Nuggets? You're here. People need to hear it. I mean, are we overreacting? Look, man, it's early.
You're overreacting a little bit because it is what it is. Now, the bad thing is...
What are we overreacting to? Because the people that are at the show, I don't want to overreact, but I'm a little worried about the offense, so...
Well, you do be worried about the offense. The offense is passing it probably 80 less passes a game. They're playing at a slower pace. The last 5 games, they're if you're an analytics dude... their analytics are probably near the bottom of all of the NBA in efficiency, like .95, I think, in the last 5 games. They're 1-5 in the last 6. You should be worried about it. Can they fix it? Yeah. Someone told me, well, this team can't score 100 because, my math is score 120, you win. You'd be 20-2 right now if you score 120. But how about this? If you scored 110 this year, you know what you'd be? 19-3. So... And you can't tell me this team doesn't have 110 points in it from what we saw last year. Gary Harris has not played well offensively. They keep bashing Joker, and that's fine because, he did what he did in the playoffs. It's like, yeah, you were great last year, but where are you now? It's like, well, dude, okay. I've counted and I've charted the last 3 or 4 games on purpose just because of this. I had... It was either 11 with 7 in the second half, times where he rolled or had a switch with a smaller body in the paint, got looked off. Well, and we had this one guy today goes, well, he's got to go get the ball. I said, really? Have you ever, and this, of course, there's like a little 5'10" announcer that's hosting NBA TV, right?
Right.
And I'm like, dude, you ever post up in the NBA? Because it's easy to say, go get the ball. In the day, if you posted up and you had a smaller guy and they didn't throw it to you, you'd stay in the lane and get a 3-second call. Joker doesn't do that. He gets out and keeps trying to move around and stuff. But if they're missing him 7 or 8 times a game, Michael Malone said after the loss in Philly, we got to find a way to get him more shots. Well, guess what? I just charted 11 times. You didn't look at him in the paint on a switch off. 11 times in a game. He only got 13 shots. Well, there's 11 more shots right there if you just pass GD ball inside when the guy's open.
Hey, man, it's a podcast. Tell them how you feel.
Pass him the damn ball. and you say, well, Joker's good. Okay, and he's got to quit roaming. He's not shooting the 3 right now as good. So the pick and pops, he's still got to do it to keep teams honest. But he's got to get in the paint. In the paint, he's effective, and he's got to do that more. But when he's there, guess what you got to do? Throw it in there. But here's another thing they struggle, and I don't know what they work on this. And you got to remember, kids coming to the NBA now, they aren't getting the 4 years of college like they used to. They're getting 1, 2, 3 if you're lucky. if you're lucky. And you know what they don't know how to do? Pass the ball in the post because no one uses a post. No one plays a post. AAU is who's the fastest team up and down the floor. Most of college basketball up and down the floor. You don't see big men anymore. Everybody says, where'd the big men go? Now you got a big man. Guess what you also got? Guys that don't know how to throw it to the post. So you can blame Joker all you want. Oh, he's fat. He's this. Yeah, okay, fine. Still better than anybody else on the team, and he's still better than 95% of the NBA. Getting the GD ball.
No, I agree. Look, man, I agree with you. But there's just something off. Now, look, it is hard. People don't come back.
Let me ask this. What's off? Be honest.
Joker feels off to me.
Because?
Well, the offense is off. The whole,
and I grant you with that because he's your best player and the offense is off.
Well, but I'm not necessarily blaming on him. You have empty possessions last night where you run down the floor and it's like you're just whipping it around. But what's the point, boys? What are we trying to do?
Here's the interesting thing. In the Philadelphia loss, he had 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 11 assists. Do you know how many guys in the history of the NBA that would kick and kill and lose a finger to have one game like that?
I know.
And that's kind of what he's averaging.
But okay, so
and yet he's having a bad year.
I feel like the guard plays off. I feel like there's just something, Now, Jamal got hurt last night, but Jamal's been up and down. Harris, as you said, has maybe not been. Nothing feels as easy. Like, it doesn't.
It's not easy.
When they were going last year, the defense, and they pointed this out last night, the defense was good, and you got transition buckets. And it just doesn't feel like it's there yet. Now, I don't know, man. It's the early going.
Everything's about defense. In these last 6 games where they're 1-5, they're the second highest defensive rated team in basketball. How have you enjoyed the last 6 games? You enjoyed watching that last 6 games?
Sure.
Oh, you enjoyed it? Last 6 games, 1-5, you've enjoyed it? They're number 2. They're 1-5. Yet they're the second best defensive efficiency.
Games. Now, are you asking me I'm upset that they haven't won? I don't like it. But
how about if they were 15th defensively and they were 5-1? Would you have enjoyed those 6 games even more?
Yeah, sure.
I know you're trying to pretend like you like basketball. You're a hockey guy.
No,
Cal McCarr, wait till he comes back.
Look, I want them to stick with the defense because the defense is what it's going to get it done a little bit later on. Now, do I want more offense? Yeah, I want more offense. But guess what? No. Let me ask you this.
Ask me that. Let's get mad at each other, please. Please.
Let's get each other.
Ask me this.
You tell me again who's the knockdown 3 guy that I can trust.
Don't have
you
it.
Still don't have one.
Nope.
Okay? So that's one of the things I get frustrated by. The other thing
that's not the team. That's front office. Front office got to make that change.
Well, whatever. I'm just telling you that's one of the things that gets me frustrated.
Okay.
And then like last night, you play good D. Here's what really kills me, and maybe this is the guy that gets coached a little lacrosse, and I know how hard you work. You work hard on certain things. They work hard on a good defensive possession, and some dude takes a shot. You don't box anybody out, and homeboy runs right down the lane and gets a rebound and puts it back
drives
in.
Me crazy.
Come on, man.
And guards do that all the time.
You don't lock out the guards. You work too hard on that defensive possession to let some dude just sneak in the back door and get a putback.
And I know they're calling Barton a small forward. He's a guard. It's a 3-guard offense, so you're a smaller team anyway. And he's as guilty as anybody, but you got to block out the guards. Let me just ask you one more question. Listen, I played in the league 11 years because I could play defense. So I'm a defensive guy. I put at the University of Arkansas with Eddie Sutton. I'm a defensive guy. That's the only reason I stayed in the league. Never was cut, by the way. Stayed in the league 11 years, averaging 1.8 points and 1.8 rebounds a game. Never cut. Think about that. I was a tough son of a bitch, though.
Yeah, I know. I saw you.
But let me throw this out at you. If the last 5 NBA championships, Golden State's been in the NBA championships 5 straight years. They known for their offense or their defense?
No, you're right, but you don't have 3-point shooters like they did.
Well, that's fine, but what are they known for?
Their offense.
So why everybody says, well, you got to start playing defense.
But they
What's
have
Golden
been
State
playing
doing?
Defense.
Who was the one team everybody said last year could give Golden State issues during the Western Conference playoff? Denver. That's why I was so disappointed when they got beat by Portland in Game 7 and C.J. McCollum goes off. Because a lot of people thought that they could give Golden State a series. Because why? Because they could compete with them offensively. That same group is with Denver this year, and they can't score. So why is that?
Why don't you be starting me on Urkel on steroids, okay? I don't want to talk about no C.J. McCollum. All right?
He is
Urkel on steroids.
Yeah.
Urkel grew up and got himself a man's body, but the face ain't changed.
That's a good point.
Do you think people like rooting against him?
Seriously, do you think C.J. McCollum goes out and tries to pick up chick and pretends he's Urkel?
He can put the glasses on, pull it off.
Right? Pull it off.
Huh?
You know,
Get the little voice.
I was Steve
pull
Urkel
the pants
from
up
the
to
80s.
his nipples.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Probably might get him somewhere.
How about the real Urkel going, hey, I'm C.J. McCollum.
I don't know if it works both ways. Who do you love? Do you have a guy that's got a punchable face for you in the NBA? We might need to do a weekly segment of the punchable face. Because you know what? I'm trying to like Phillip Rivers. Did you hear the audio of the long touchdown last week where the Jaguar defenseman helps him up and he's like, he's going. That's a 90-yard touchdown. He's going. And even the ref came over and said, man, shut up and get out of here.
Yeah. Just don't say it in my ear, man. I want to say it in my ear. I'm going to say it in your ear. I'm going to say it right here.
I want to punch Phillip Rivers, man. I want to punch him.
That might be another segment or second segment.
Yeah.
1 minute of sports and
punchable
the
faces.
Phillip Rivers Punchable Face Award. Yeah,
we'll give it out weekly.
The Phillip Rivers Punchable Face Award. I don't know. Andy, unlike you.
Come on, you can't tell me some of these NBA guys don't annoy you with their posing.
As I've gotten older, I've found love.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I found respect
you found love
in my
in
heart.
A lonely place, Scott.
Yeah, I did.
That's Rihanna's song, you know. She found love in a lonely place.
Did she really?
Yeah, that's the whole song.
Yeah, that was called.
She just sings it over and over.
That was called "The Bathroom" when your mom stepped out of the house for a couple hours when you were 15.
What? It's a song.
Oh. Do you remember the first? I was going to say that.
We are going to have to call this the Hot Mess Podcast.
See, I told you. Well, I don't have a punchable face. I can't think of a quick punchable face.
You ain't bothered by some of these cats?
No, I will say what I am bothered by.
Who's the 90210 dude that's coming in with Portland who's hurt right now?
Even though
I know he's
I don't
tough.
Appreciate
who?
I think Ben Simmons might be the most overrated player in the NBA.
How you feel about Embiid?
I think he's good.
Okay.
I don't know how intense he reminds me. Do you remember '93 with the Broncos' great defensive lineman that could sack?
Trevor Price.
Did you ever felt he always played at 110%?
No, you knew there was another gear.
But didn't it always feel like there was something else more important than football?
When he got mad, he went and handled some business.
Exactly. That's Joel Embiid.
But he wasn't always handling business.
That's Joel Embiid.
Okay.
When Joel Embiid gets mad, when he plays Minnesota, he goes Carl Towns, watch how hard he plays. But other than that, I think he just balls.
He's just out there.
He's having fun. He wants to play the crowd. He wants people to like him. And I'm okay with that because he is what he is. Try to get his max. But Ben Simmons has been touted as the greatest thing since sliced bread. Dude can't shoot. 6'9", can handle the ball okay, pass good, finish at the rim, fine. Dude's an all-star, and he's shooting 58% from the free throw line, and you're a guard? Come on, man. Come on, man.
All right, we got to let Scotty. Scotty, it's good that we got this done because you're just fresh off a road trip, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, I've been up now 21 straight hours.
You got any cool stories from the road before we say goodnight? Anything you want to share?
No,
anything wild from this trip?
No. All my wild days. I did get locked out of my room naked in New Orleans a couple years ago. But that's for a later podcast.
Okay. Yeah,
I think we do that one for the New Year's Eve podcast.
How naked you were.
No, I'm talking butt.
Yeah.
Butt naked.
Day you were born naked?
Day I was born naked.
All right.
Day I was born naked.
Tune in for that a little bit later. We need to know from you guys what you want this called. Do you want to call it the Hot Mess? We're thinking about calling it the Zoo Crew Redo, or what else?
Redux.
Like Apocalypse Now, the Redux.
All that was like the director's cut, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hold on.
That was one of your 70s weird movies.
Did you see the movie?
Yeah, I did. I saw the Redux, and I kept going, what is going on? What acid trip was the director on when we made this thing? It's like a Stanley Kubrick. Is that a Kubrick? That's a Kubrick,
No, but it's a Coppola.
It's a Coppola?
That's a Coppola. And not just the wine.
Well.
Have you ever had Francis Coppola wine?
Good. Pretty good?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. Well,
got some
gotta have a hobby.
bottles, got some nice affordable bottles, right?
Well, look at you.
Tell her she's going to hang around us. She has to agree with everything we say.
Just say yes. Say yes. Anna's going to say yes. Well, I took her to barbecue. She'd never had barbecue.
She took you to a movie. You've never seen a movie. So you guys are two pods and a pea.
No. We went. Who all went? We went like a whole group. Yeah, Tanner, Callie. We had, again, my media crew,
Right.
my students. They're like my forced entourage because they don't want to get bad grades. They don't really want to be there. They just don't want bad grades. So we all went to
barbecue with Professor Gump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then I got halfway through the lunch. I looked at him and I was like, "Do you guys feel like you're sitting with a narc right now, or what?" They're like, "No. When you leaving?" Well, no. So, but
Just
no,
leave your
she
credit
had said-
card, and we'll tell you. We'll bring it back to class.
and it told us that she had never had barbecue there. So,
Where are you from?
I'm from here, but I'm Mexican.
So,
Food, just
so
Mexican.
but hold on, but I'm.
Mom ain't pulling out no pulled pork, man. She's having carne asada.
Yeah.
But guess what? I've had Mexican food, and I'm not Mexican. Why does
What do we
food got to
white
be
people
ethnic?
get a claim anyway? I'm Irish. We ain't boiling no potatoes.
Oh, you
I'm
ain't
looking
had
for any other
you
thing
ain't
I
had
can
boiled
have.
potatoes.
What?
You ain't had boiled potatoes.
No, I ain't having no boiled potatoes.
You've never eaten boiled potatoes.
No, why would I?
Because that's how you fix them when you want to mash them up to make mashed potatoes.
No, I cook them on the grill. Well, then I guess I have had if that's how you mash them, but I've never cooked them. I've had mashed potatoes, but I haven't had like
You
a
start
boiled
by
potato.
boiling potatoes, and then you mash them up, drop some butter, a little milk in there, and you mash them up. God, you guys are helpless. Seriously, you know how to change a tire? I'll show you. I'll come over someday.
Yeah, I know how to change
We'll do
a
a whole
tire.
podcast on how to
I
change
nearly
a tire.
I nearly got hit on the side of Colfax right before 25 changing my tire.
Billy, we'll do it out in the middle of the freeway. It's not always safe.
Well, when the car blows, where are you going to go?
Ghostbusters.
There's a new one coming out, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. This has been a mess, but you love us because of it. We'll talk to you next week.